Alrighty, hey there everyone, it's your boy Manny here. So today I wanted to take some time and kind of discuss some of the changes in the Overwatch 2 beta compared to the first game. Forgive me also as well, this is my first time doing a voiceover, so I'm going to try to sound composed and articulate my thoughts very well. So I'm going to try, so forgive me if I sound a little unorganized or a little awkward, but yeah, I'm not used to this. So yeah, the first change I want to talk about is we're going to go over the hero role passive changes, because those are some pretty significant changes that they have made to this game, and I have to say I'm a pretty big fan of most of the, well, actually I'm a fan of all the role passive changes they've done. So first of all, let's talk about the tank role passive changes. So the first change is the tanks now have a 30% knockback resistance. So this one's a little self-explanatory, but basically that just means that it is 30% harder to knock back or boop with Lucio tanks. So yeah, it's just a little harder to move them, it's a little harder to boot them, it's a little harder to kind of just move them, so or knock them back. So that's a pretty good change. I think it's nice because it makes the tanks seem a little more tanky, and I mean, I can't really disagree with it. I think it's a good choice, and they are tanks, so you know, in a real world they should be hard to kind of move. So I really like that change, big fan of it. So the next change we have with the tanks is they also have a 30% lower ultimate generation from damage taken and healing taken. So again, what that means is that basically that their ultimate charges 30% slower when they are taking damage or they are taking healing. And I think that's also a good change. I don't really play, I play tank here and there, but I don't really play tank all the time, so I can't really say that I hate or I love this, but I think overall it is a good change and I have really no complaints there. So you know, obviously this may change when the game is released, but for now I think it is a good change. So let's move on to the damage roll passive. So changes, there's only one change, and this is that they move 10% faster than they used to. So I really think that that's a good change as well, because that gives them more mobility and it just gives them a faster feel. You know, they can kind of get in faster, they can move around faster, they can evade a little faster. So I also think that's a very good change. And yeah, that's all pretty much I think I need to say about that, but I think I'm a big fan of it. Maybe when I start playing more DPS, I will be able to utilize that a little more in my gameplay, but yeah, I really like that change. And now we move on to the support role passive changes. So they only have one, and this is a really good one. I think I really do agree with it, and I am a big fan of it. I don't know if it's because I am biased, because I mostly play support right now. So yeah, I don't know if it's a biased opinion or I just really agree with it. But so yeah, basically what this means is that if you are damaged and say like I'm playing Moira here, and there's a couple times in the video where I do this, I get damaged and I kind of just, you know, fade away or walk away from the fight for a second, and basically you will start healing yourself 15 health points per second that you are not damaged. I think this is a really good change, and I think it kind of makes maybe new players, maybe if they've never played Overwatch, it kind of helps a little bit, and I feel that it might just make supports want to, you know, stay alive a little better. You know, maybe you take some damage and you're like, oh, I really need to stay alive, you know, to support my team, so you can go kind of kind of leave the battlefield for a second and heal up again. So I don't know, I'm a really big fan of this one. I think this one's probably the best change out of the role passes. Like I said, I don't know if I'm just biased, but I think that is a great addition for new players or just supports in general. You know, you want to keep yourself alive, so... And you can't keep your team alive if you're not staying alive, which I know also kind of just depends. It may seem like it's kind of a crutch for some players. So yeah, I don't know, you can have a positive or a negative opinion about this, but I really think it is a good change, and I very, very much appreciate it. I think I will learn to really, really like it and utilize it in my gameplay. So yeah, let's nextly talk about the health changes. So they made a couple of health changes in this game. The first is that temporary shield and armor health pools have been combined into overhealth with no special attributes. This is another one I'm a fan of. I think it kind of... Excuse me, I had to pick up there. I think it kind of helps balance out the game. I think the health changes in this game really help balance the game a little bit. Now it may change in the future, it may not. Some people may not agree with it, but I think I'm a fan of it. So yeah, there's one of the changes. Next is overhealth no longer provides ultimate charge when damaged. I think that's a really good balancing feature as well as the first. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'd say about them. I think for the most part the health changes I don't really have any issues with. So also, you will base armor health pools reduce incoming damage by 30%. Another one I really agree with, really like it. Base armor no longer mitigates damage by previous flat amount of -5 damage per hit. Like earlier, I really agree with this one. I think it's good to balance the game. I'm going to try not to overstate that, but that is just kind of my feelings towards it right now. Maybe once I play a little more, I'll have a different opinion, but yeah, that's pretty much all I'd say about that. And the last health changes they made are armor damage reduction now applies equally to all sources, including damage over time, effects, and beams. So I really like that one too. Basically, if you don't know what damage over time is, that's basic. Sorry, I keep saying basically. Like I said, this is my first time doing a voiceover, so I'm probably saying the same words over and over, so forgive me. Try to do better next time. Yeah, so that's like, take for instance Ash's dynamite. You know how that explodes and it kind of ticks away at your health. That's basically what damage over time does, and beams as well as Zarya's beam. So really like that one as well. Let's finish this up with talking about the phase effect changes. So there's a couple here. So first, the phase effect no longer clears the Zarya gravitation surge or Sigma's flux movement restriction effects. This is another one that I really like, and I think it's important to have these. So the example they give is that Reaper can still use his Wraith form while in gravitation surge to prevent damage, but can't walk out of it. So yeah, that's a really nice one. I think that is, I don't think it's really broken. I think it is useful. That's a good example that they give, and I'll be sure to share that with you on the screen. Next is May Cryo Freeze no longer removes Sigma's flux effect. Really like this one as well. I think it is a good change compared to the last game. Nothing bad to really say about it. And lastly, Sombra hack effect is now removed by phase effects. This is a good one too, because I think Sombra is really strong and I think it is needed. So really a fan of this one. So yeah, guys, this is all I want to talk about was the role passive health changes, phase effect changes in this video. Kind of just wrap this up. I hope you liked it. Next, I will be talking about the specific character changes, and yeah, I think from my next video, I'm just going to go in detail about the specific character changes and go over each change with each DPS, each tank, and each support character. Sorry if I kind of rambled on, said the same words over and over. Like I said, this is my fourth time doing a voiceover, and yeah, just kind of wanted to share this information with you guys, and if y'all are curious, and yeah, guys, I hope y'all liked this video. Like, comment, subscribe to see more, and I'll be putting out more informational videos on the Overwatch 2 beta. See you on the next video.